Mr. President, the governments of Switzerland, Denmark, Sweden, and the Netherlands are exacerbating the Arab-Israeli conflict by providing millions of dollars in funding to politicized NGOs via the Human Rights and International Humanitarian Law Secretariat. The funds are managed by the Institute of Law at Birzeit University. In March 2014, the Secretariat announced $10.5 million in core funding grants over 3 years for 24 highly politicized groups. Many of these recipients promote anti-Israel BDS, advance a 1948 agenda rejecting the existence of Israel within any borders, portray Jewish self-determination and sovereign equality as a catastrophe, and justify illegal terror attacks on Israeli civilians as so-called resistance. They engage in activities that demonize and incite against Israel. Some of these NGOs also promote blatant anti-Jewish hatred and bigotry, and several have suspected links to terrorist organizations. In addition, on August 2, 2014, the Secretariat pledged emergency funding to 9 NGOs to target Israel with false charges of war crimes while ignoring Hamas violations of law, including more than 4,000 rockets fired at Israeli civilians, each one a war crime. Explicitly, the documentation and investigation of deliberate Palestinian attacks on Israeli civilians is not a focus of the funding. The Secretariat's partnership with Birzeit is also troubling. According to news reports, the university has a policy barring Jewish Israelis from the university. Furthermore, in February, Birzeit published a report that proclaimed Israel as a racist regime which is prohibited in its entirety. The report was posted prominently on the Secretariat's Facebook page. The exploitation of human rights rhetoric and the abuse of legal systems by these groups is a divisive tactic that inflames instead of facilitating constructive solutions to the Arab-Israeli conflict. Funding from Sweden, the Netherlands, Switzerland, and Denmark for these activities is immoral and an improper use of taxpayer funding. The Secretariat should be immediately disbanded, and government officials should launch an immediate investigation.
Time is up. I'm sorry.
Thank
the
you.
Next speaker is Marie.